Welcome back to another episode of Brunch with the Fellas, bringing you the latest trending topic news and entertainment. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, always with me primo grande, the one and only Cold Seasons,
That's
and
right.
we
What's
are
up?
the Brunch Fellas. Peace, big cuz. What it do? What it do?
Not much, man. Just chilling, checking in, and trying to make it happen. You know how I go.
You know, you already know. We want thank everybody for pulling up with us tonight. Y'all make sure to hit that like button, share the content, also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Brunch with the Fellas. We got some real good topics for y'all tonight, man. It's been a lot going on in the world, and so we gonna get into these trends. But before we do, y'all, um, I want y'all to go over to www.bksoulfarm.com and pick up 1016 160 Self Sustainability by the God Ali Dawood El. And make sure y'all go ahead and grab that. Also, don't forget y'all check out DB Chef TV gift shop. Link is in the description. And check out some merch. We got some good merch. We got things like this, things like this. Go check it out, y'all. And like we always say, if money's tight, it's all right. We got something you can do free. Just smash the like, you know?
That's
And we
right.
appreciate and love y'all for that. Plus, it helps us get this content in front of more beautiful people like yourself. So don't be one of them people who wouldn't lift a finger to help somebody, you know? Because smashing the like is just lifting a finger. It's that simple, you know? But I'm going to jump down off my soapbox and bring up these topics for tonight. So our first topic tonight, y'all, we got Drake with the Rico civil lawsuit. Um, Drake been going through some things with the state company, him and Aiden Ross, and they say it's another person. We don't know. It's alleged, but we gonna check that out and get to the bottom of it. There's some legal experts who gonna really, help us peel back some layers because it sound crazy right now, but we gonna figure it out. Then we got our second topic tonight. Oh no, y'all know about this young kid, man. This young brother. His name is Sean the Prodigy, the Science Kid. Sean the Science Kid, and it's a phenomenal little young man doing some real big, doing some real big things. So we want to take some time to go check out his progress, what he got going on, and salute the youth. And third, we got Meg the Stallion opens a franchise. Might as well start calling her Meg the Franchise now. And we're gonna go and check that out. We're gonna swing down to 305 and hit South Beach. We're gonna go across that bridge. We're gonna ride up Collins, see what they got. Washington Ave, one of them. See what they got going on Ocean, and check out what Meg working with. And then our last topic tonight, y'all, we're gonna go and uh and talk about you. If you don't know, Venezuelan president Nicolas Maduro was captured by the U.S. and is now having to go through some things over here. They said like some drug smuggling and gun running and things like that. So we're gonna get into that. We got some clips and we're gonna check that out. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's clips.
We start with some news from the entertainment industry. Singer Drake is facing a federal class action Rico lawsuit alleging that he used an online gambling platform, Stake.us, to artificially boost streaming numbers for his music and also misleading customers. Drake, along with online influencer Aiden Ross and one other person, are accused in this lawsuit of using the website to transfer money between themselves, according to that lawsuit that was filed just last week. So let's bring in sports betting and gaming attorney Daniel Wallach to help break this all down for us. Thanks for being here. Can you help explain these different charges that they're facing?
Sure. The heart of the lawsuit is a federal racketeering conspiracy alleged against Drake, Aiden Ross, but most principally against Stake.us or Stake.us, which is the sweepstakes casino website, which pays Drake in excess or allegedly close to $100 million per year to promote the website through all of his various platforms. So the allegations are that they are an illegal RICO enterprise that are utilized to promote illegal gambling and to target and to target and lure in unsuspecting individuals who think that this is a sweepstakes promotion, when in fact it is a facade to cover the fact that it is an illegal, unregulated online casino. So that's one part of the lawsuit. The other part of the lawsuit, which is where the entertainment industry aspects of it come into play, is that through this money transferring function, through this tipping, it's called a tipping platform within state, that Drake, Aiden Ross, and a third person are able to transfer money back and forth to each other in order to artificially inflate the number of streams, or to compensate individuals and engagement farms and bots to increase the number of plays on all these various streaming websites. And that in turn injures the streaming sites as well as other artists whose plays by comparison are diminished, because compensation under these streaming websites is based upon, number of downloads, number of plays, and the more that Drake, pumps up or has higher play count, it acts to the detriment of royalties received by other artists. So there were two sets of victims here: those who allegedly lost money gambling, as well as the websites like Spotify and other artists who are adversely affected by these allegations concerning the pumping up of plays on the different streaming platforms.
And again, according to the lawsuit, Drake and those two others are accused of using the site's internal transfer features to hide how much money was being used for this alleged fraud. How long would investigators have been watching this activity before hitting them with this lawsuit?
Well, it's not a governmental lawsuit. It's not an investigation. It's a private civil class action brought by individuals who gambled and lost money on the stake website. And two women who I think are residents of Virginia are represented by class action attorneys who are seeking to create a nationwide class of individuals located throughout the United States who similarly gambled and lost money on the stake website based upon the promotion of the site by Drake and Aiden Ross. So this is not a criminal prosecution, nor is it the byproduct of an investigation. It's a civil class action lawsuit, of which there are dozens of similar lawsuits pending in federal and state courts around the country concerning illegal sweepstakes casinos. There are over 150 similar type lawsuits around the courts in virtually every state, but this is only the second one that has ever alleged a racketeering conspiracy. And civil RICO claims, to the extent that they can be recognized and the jury rules in favor of the plaintiffs, they provide for treble or triple damages to the plaintiffs. But I think the larger question here is that all the attendant publicity created by these allegations and by this lawsuit may capture the interest of state investigators and federal prosecutors and by the streaming platforms themselves. So I think there may be unintended consequences that will largely bring Drake's alleged activities into much greater scrutiny by outside parties. Largely bring Drake's alleged activities into much greater scrutiny by outside parties.
Okay, so what you got? What you got with that?
It sounds like some white collar Rico shit.
Yeah, hey, turn that volume down in the background, whatever that volume
It
is
sound
that you got in the
like some
background.
Hold
You
on,
gotta
let me
turn
see.
that. You gotta turn that down. Um, some white collar. Hey, it sounds like for real to me. It sounds like a reach. Um, because they said it's not a Rico, right? So if it's not a Rico, then why is it that all over the internet you see Drake Rico? You know, he just
Yeah,
said that. He just said that like it's not a Rico case. Now the Rico could potentially turn into a Rico, but it's crazy how they're using this language. I mean, we even put it in the title, you know, um, because everybody else going with it.
right.
But they saying that it's a civil suit, a class action lawsuit, that the government's not involved. or the federal, or the on the state level, or on the federal level. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Like when they said the streams, what part of the when they was talking about the streams, like that was very interesting to me when they were saying how the streams could have been affected on other platforms versus um because of stake. You know, did people listen to music on stake too?
I don't know what's going on. I think are they betting on there? It sounds like they betting, like betting
It's
streams.
I thought it was just a betting platform. That's it. It's like I don't know what you can bet on though, because I never
Yeah,
used it.
yeah.
You
I have
know,
no idea.
but I don't know. You know, because probably nowadays everybody can bet on any daggone thing. But but also they were talking about how his influence that stake pays him to advertise. Right now, to me, to get sued for your influence is crazy because I went to go gamble, and I'm saying because you gassed me because I got gassed off seeing you doing it, and I thought that I could live like Drake, or I could have the same results, or you know, I was motivated. That now that cost me my decision, my bad choice of going to go gamble some money that I know I ain't had to lose, that now I'm mad about, and I'm trying to say that, you know, somebody made me do something that they didn't. He just, you know, like when you go to Disney World and you see the kids and everything playing on the commercial and everything. Now if you go there and your experience isn't that, is it those kids' fault that Disney paid to make it look like such a wonderful place to be? So then do the parents say, you know what? Now I'm gonna sue y'all because it wasn't as majestic as y'all made it look, and we spent down money. You know. Oh, am I reaching? Am I reaching? Yeah. And you muted. Unmute your mic.
You can't do that at Disneyland, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that with the lawsuit neither. But it did say that their rewards could be tripled. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna be that much money to probably even matter to Drake. It's a lawsuit being brought on by people, so he ain't worried about.
Should he have
Uh,
to pay though? Like why should he have to pay anything? I'm like, why should Stake even have to pay anything based on the accusation? Like they saying that they got hype off Drake. They not saying Drake told them to go do it.
oh, so that's like the commercials with Kevin Hart and DraftKings. If I got hype off it because I'm a Kevin Hart fan, and I went and spent all my money on DraftKings because he's a mascot for them. Yeah,
A advertiser.
yeah,
Yeah.
advertiser.
Yeah, a
Like
paid advertiser.
that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't nobody tell him to go do it.
Didn't nobody tell him to go do that? Like you could have watched it. I mean, I don't even know what they bet on. I've never used the app, never downloaded it. Cause I don't gamble like that. You
Yeah,
know,
I never been on a betting app neither. I know it's
you
just not
know,
my thing.
like I gamble in the stock market. I don't gamble, you know, on trying to hit the lottery. So should I blame Wall Street? Should I sue Wall Street when my bets don't work out, when my investments, you know, don't
I
aren't
don't,
as successful as I would like them to be?
I
Should
don't
I
even
be
think it's
able
a
to
line
sue
for that. It's not. I don't even think it's a line for that. What line do you stand in to go start to do that?
for a
Like,
class action?
yeah,
We should form a class action lawsuit to sue Wall Street. But come on, man, cut it out. Cut
yeah.
it out. It's crazy though. But you know, we will stay up to date on what's going on with that. But that's wild though. And just for the record, it's not a Rico. Drake's not getting hit with a Rico.
Right.
You know, so stop the cap.
I think it's gonna just be something that you're gonna hear an update about it one day. It ain't. It's nothing major. He
I,
ain't losing no sleep over
they're
that shit.
doing the same thing though. So like the same thing that they saying that they suing Drake for, right? That they suing, let's be accurate. That they're suing Stake for, all right? That the class action lawsuit is against Stake. He's just being named in it. All right. When the news that we just watched, the clip we just ran, you put Drake Rico in the title. What's
Yeah.
the difference between paying them for advertisement and people getting hype on it and going to go gamble, or we saying Drake Rico and people clicking because they want to find out what the Rico situation is with Drake?
Right. So can Drake sue everybody that benefited from the headline? You know.
You know,
Uh,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Moving right along to our second topic tonight, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and check out Sean, the science kid, prodigy.
Now we turn to a segment that will be sure to bring a smile to your face. I'm already smiling because I'm really excited to talk with 10-year-old Sean Atachobi, also known as Sean the Science Kid. You've seen him. He's been on your For You page all over social media, taking the internet by storm as he shares his passion for science through fun and engaging videos on social media. Sean hopes to inspire others with his curiosity and knowledge of science and dreams of one day becoming a brain and heart surgeon. Joining me now to talk about his joy of spreading love of science to the world is Sean the Science Kid. Oh my goodness. Sean, we have been so excited to talk with you all day. Your energy is just so contagious. Curious, when did you become so excited about science? I see you got a little dance going there too, my friend.
I'm just excited to be here, and I can't wait to have an amazing, engaging conversation with you.
All right, so Sean, tell me how you got started with science. When did you first notice that science, that was your thing?
Well, when I was just 2 years old, I started to become really curious. So, really, I just noticed that I love to learn how things worked, what happened, and why they happened. So that drove me to science because science is exactly that. Science is what makes the world go round, and new discoveries is just finding different ways to make the world go round.
That is so true. Well, Sean, why did you decide to share your passion with other kids and parents on social media? You've got quite the following.
Well, I can describe it in 3 words. Sharing is caring, but I just knew that I couldn't keep this brain to myself because I had learned so much, and I just wanted to spread it with the world.
And we are so excited and glad that you're not keeping your brain to yourself and that you're informing all of us. With that said, I want to ask you, Sean, what is your favorite science topic? And I want you to break it down to us. Put on your professor hat for us.
Okay. Well, my favorite type of science is a little thing called physics. Physics is the study of the inorganic world, or basically not plants or animals or stuff. It's about motion, light, and how they interact, and how motion and energy can combine, and how space, time encases all of that into this thing we call the universe.
Wow. Physics is one of the classes in college that I did not do so well on, but if I had a professor like you, I'm pretty sure I would have aced it. Sean, you also talk about the importance of spreading kindness to your social media followers. I mean, it drips off of you. You're so kind. Why is this so important to you, my friend?
Well, kindness is important because when you're kind to each other, that encourages each other to do amazing things. Because if you have a dream and you go up to someone and say, I have this dream, and they say, you're never going to achieve it, are you still going to try and go to that dream? No, because your brain takes that as information that is true. Because we are social creatures and are led to believe what each other say. So if you say, yeah, go for it, which is what my mom did. She's amazing. I was like, and you might be like, woo! And get ready to go achieve your dream.
Shout out to Mama. And I think you might want to add motivational speaker to your resume as well. Sean, I have someone really special here who wants to talk with you. Samara Theodore. She is our meteorologist. Of course, she loves science as well. And she's got a question for you. Samara, take it away.
Oh, thank you, Morgan. And so nice to speak with you. You are so bright. I'm so proud of you. I have a question. I love weather, okay? Now, if there's one thing you could tell me about, how does weather impact, say, static electricity?
Well, as you know, it's winter and it's getting pretty cold. So you might be experiencing more static shocks. This is actually because there's less humidity in the air and there's less resistance because cold metals conduct electricity better than hot metals. So when you get electrons from the floor and they want to leave, you touch metal, which is conductive, and there's barely any resistance. You get shocked instantly because the universe tends toward electrical balance.
Oh, thank you so much, Sean and Samara. So glad to have my two favorite scientists with us.
Oh, I'm your favorite?
Yes, you are. Thank you so much, Sean. Keep up the great work. It's so great to talk with you.
Sean, the science guy. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I done seen him like all over the internet. He does a whole lot. You know, he one of them STEM kids. He won the 2025 STEM award and everything like that. And it's just, to me, it's just awesome to see the kids out there doing great things and watching his videos. He really go into depth with stuff, and you'd be like, you know, I didn't even know that. So, and it seemed like he might be one of them kids with a photographic memory or something, because he just be putting it all out there effortlessly, you know.
No doubt, no doubt. We will put the link to that video, uh, like we put the links to all the videos in the comment section. I mean, in the description, but also we're gonna put a link to his Instagram, so that way if y'all want to go and keep up with Sean the Science Kid, you can, man, and support that young brother on his journey to becoming a physicist, man. And he's well on his way. And
Yeah.
one of the things I was thinking like that, just watching him interact. I said, I wonder if when you go to you when parents have children and um and teachers be like, you know, they need to put them on Ritalin because they too hype. You know, is it that the child just needs to be challenged more? And being in an environment like that, like with science, because it's so vast. It's not just a sport. You know, it is a
Right.
whole universe, a galaxy, like where your mind never gets to rest because it's so much to just unload on, you know, where you just you know, you learning so much stuff, how this works, how that works, how this works, like he said, like,
And it's very hands on.
yeah, and you get to do clinical stuff, you know. So I wonder if that's what you know, is something that could be possibly communicated, you know, to or examine, because I do see in other cultures, like over the past few years, I've noticed how there are a lot of Eastern Indian people who are in the medical field. And I'm wondering, like, in order for that to be a thing for 10 years ago, for it not to be a lot of uh, doctors of that ethnicity, maybe 20 years ago. But now we've seen, like, over the last, how now, like, almost every single field of the medical profession or science is someone of that ethnicity. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, it has to be being cultivated by the parents, by a whole
A whole
family
society. Yeah.
network, you
Yeah.
know. Like, and not just the society, the people that look like each other.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it's not because, you know, black folks, white folks, Latinos, like not encouraging other people to do stuff. You know what I mean? It's coming
Yeah,
from
yeah. What
within that
I'm
community.
yeah, I meant from that community when I said that, you know,
Yeah,
because I mean, the Indian community, you know, they really do push that doctor stuff real hard, you know. Um, I went to the doctor's office not too long ago, and went in there with a family member of mine, and it was nothing but the highest doctors was Indian.
right,
You know, that came around. That came around, and the nurses was, you know, a very diverse group of people.
right,
But the
right.
doctors that actually was coming around was Indian.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm just like, you know, cause I see like in African American we push sports a lot, you know, sports, military, you know, but we not pushing be doctors, be
Right.
astrophysicists, you know. So that's why I love to see him, you know, being something other than what the norm is pushed, where only one out of 400,000 can make it
Right.
in those aspects. But you know, if we're watching doctors, you know, ethnicity like the curry outs and the places that sell hair and the gas stations, you know,
Mm.
like we're
Right.
watching ethnic groups control specific industries or markets, you know, but we still trying to play sports and shit. So, you know, it's just something to be mindful of. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our third topic tonight. We got Meg Thee Stallion opens up a franchise, and a Popeyes franchise. So we're gonna head on down to South Beach and let's check that out.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, and shout out to All Urban Central. We're gonna put the link in the description because we got this from their website. They stay up with a lot of all the trending stuff. They do a real good job, y'all. So go check them out. Subscribe to their channel as well, and the link is gonna be in the description to this video.
When we came here, it was a hole in the ground. I don't want to go through everybody's name because we'll go through, it'll be here for like 3 hours, but everybody, as you know. We can know that name. Oh, your name P? AP. AP, okay, everybody call me P. That's okay. Hey, Samir? Yes, ma'am. Love Samir. I don't see you. Rick. Rick, hey. What's your name, friend? Marquis. Marquis, okay. Latifah? Yes, Queen. Okay.
Jair. How you doing?
Yo. Fair camera.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I'm Vegas. I think I was a side name here, but the girl calls me LA.
Hey. This is gonna be the best experience for me. I hope it's gonna be a great experience for y'all because I'm gonna be coming up in here and I'm gonna be acting a fool and I'm gonna be trying to see what y'all got going on in here. I hope this is a fun job. I hope everybody's having a blast. This is the first Make It Stallion Popeyes. I just want to lead with love. I want everybody to lead with kindness. That's my main thing. I don't like that mean shit. If you want to, okay, so we coming to the back with the prep.
Yay, everyone, like,
Order up! Yeah! We got all hot boy chefs. Hot boy. Hot boy. Hot men. Hot men.
Yeah, only
They said they about to cook some shit.
While I'm making the filet, I'm gonna freestyle.
Please do this. This is epic.
In my car,
Okay.
silver Nissan holder for you to drop your cigarette butts.
Superstar that we doing with the Popeyes. Is this where the money resides? Yeah. Yeah. I missed the ticket. You ain't give me no gloves, man. Why?
This is Meg's Popeyes, over-the-top guest services, what we do. What is the question?
The answer is yes. Unless it's no.
excuse me, I want to speak to the manager.
Bitch, wait. Hold on.
need some chicken tenders. Hot, make them hot. Make sure you get extra hot sauce. I need 5. Give me 5, just in case. Frozen lemonade.
We got strawberry and mango? Yeah, strawberry and mango.
What's your name, sir?
Kelly.
You bossy. What you want me to do?
How many tenders you have? 5. Okay.
5?
Right.
This is the boss.
Big boss thing. Yeah. Excuse me. The main boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, man. Shout out to her. I think the customer service is still gonna remain the same at Popeyes no matter who run them Jones, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, most of the Popeyes I go to, they normally you gotta fight your way out the trenches sometime, you know what I'm saying, to get away from the Popeyes, you know what I'm saying? So,
The Popeye, oh no.
yeah. What's the other one? Popeyes, and Bojangles. Yeah, Popeyes.
Oh, Bojangle churches.
Yeah. Didn't Popeyes have that chicken sandwich people was fighting over? Wasn't that Popeyes?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was
Somebody
crazy.
died on one of them sandwiches, man.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's
But
horrible.
it's good to see Megan doing some things outside of rap, and continuing that bag on like so many other artists have to do. And I think it's something you got to do as an artist if you're not gonna keep on making music, because that money will dry up. So a lot of rappers, they come on, they make a big bag, they drive big cars for a while, rent big houses for a while, and just blow the whole bag. And you can go sit down and have lunch with them right now somewhere and not even know you're in the building with them. So
Yeah, it is like that. That's crazy. That's super crazy. But
man.
shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, doing it with the Popeyes, diversifying her portfolio.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's jump over here into this. Nicolas Maduro gets captured by the U.S. Let's check this out.
It's a long walk to face the wrath of American justice for Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia. Dressed in matching tan prison uniforms, they're led in handcuffs from a chopper, headed to their first court appearance, surrounded by heavily armed federal agents. It was an all-hands-on-deck operation getting the captured first couple of Venezuela from a detention center in Brooklyn to federal court in Manhattan. The early morning odyssey began with the Maduros loaded into an armored truck, then transferred to an SUV, then to a helicopter for the brief flight to lower Manhattan. Another armored truck transported them to the federal courthouse for their arraignment. Security is intense. A ring of steel surrounds the courthouse, where protesters have gathered demanding Maduro be released. Stephen Fabian is there.
In an extraordinary hearing, Maduro faced charges of drug trafficking, narco-terrorism, and conspiracy to import cocaine. He told the judge he had been kidnapped. The judge asked, "Are you Nicolas Maduro Moros?" A defiant Maduro responded in Spanish, "I am the president of Venezuela. I consider myself a prisoner of war. I was captured at my home in Caracas." The judge cut him off. "There will be time and place to get into all of this." Asked for his plea, Maduro said, "I'm innocent. I'm not guilty. I am a decent man." Then the judge turned to Maduro's wife and asked for her plea. "Not guilty, completely innocent," she said.
After court, it was back to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a facility notorious for its conditions and violence. It's known as hell on earth and home, if you can call it that, to many accused high-profile detainees. So who else is in there? Luigi Mangione, accused killer of the United Healthcare CEO. He's on the 4th floor, while Maduro and his wife Celia are reportedly on the 9th floor in an isolation wing. Sean P. Diddy Combs was also held here during his trial last year. Ghislaine Maxwell was an inmate here, as was the singer R. Kelly. Larry Levine did time at the Metropolitan Detention Center. He's now a prison consultant. What are the conditions like inside?
He's living on a mattress on a concrete slab. The toilet is a steel combination toilet, no moving parts. He probably is not getting any sleep because they're leaving the light.
Yeah, so we don't really care about the conditions on the inside of the prison. And this guy used to be a former inmate,
Yeah, man.
but who cares?
Yeah, talking about a toilet. I mean, you can take a dump if you need to. You know, what I mean?
Yeah, like
I never seen him never make it comfortable for any prisoner except for one, maybe in all of American history. So I mean, I'm just not.
I
That's not
never
a
heard
thing.
of a comfortable jail or
Jail,
prison.
right,
No.
right.
Like,
Right.
like I never heard of incarcerated being comfortable in nowhere. Well, in some of them foreign countries, like some of them places, but I mean, I like having my own refrigerator to go to and
Yeah.
getting up, leaving, and doing what whatever little bit of freedom we do have.
Hey, but that jail he in, they didn't house some of the greats, per se. You know,
some of
so,
the
I don't know.
they was
You
great,
know,
but
yeah, you know, I'm saying.
they sure enough had a court date.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Definitely.
man.
But
Yeah.
what you got on Maduro? What you got on that? What's
Um,
your thoughts on that? He said he's a he said that he's innocent, and he also said that that the things that they're saying against him are false. They said narco trafficking. They say he's been selling drugs, he's been running guns. They call him a domestic terrorist. Um, you know,
yeah, yeah. I believe all of that. I believe he was doing all that, running guns, narco terrorism. I do believe that he was kidnapped from his country, though. I just don't believe that you can swoop in, take a president out of a country, and then just run off with him. That was done. They did that. And other than that, all that other shit I believe is true. I mean, I believe Maduro was a very ruthless man and did a whole bunch of shady shit. But, I just don't see, how they could snatch him up like that. But CBS is saying that President Trump plans to meet with Maduro next week. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, you snatch the man up and then you go, as a criminal and you go meet with him. Like, I
yeah,
don't know.
he has to. So
Yeah, so he can get that pardon. And now one thing that Maduro did
and
that
so
he
he can
was
get what? He not getting a
he
pardon.
he can get that pardon. Look, one thing that Maduro did that he was successful at that Trump wasn't successful at, he actually overthrew his election and won. He lost and still took it. Did a whole coup d'etat, right? So I'm thinking that he got the map, he got the blueprint to do it, so if the next one want to do it, so I don't think it's just snatching them up for the drugs. I think it's snatching them up together, intel, snatching. There's a whole lot of stuff there, that to unpack when it comes to snatching up a whole president.
Okay. Okay. I don't think he was I think I don't know if he did all that stuff. I'm on the fence that he did all that stuff. I don't know. I don't think he was kidnapped.
You don't think he was trafficking drugs?
No. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think he was trafficking here, but Venezuela is a big cocaine production place, and he's the president and stole the election and to be the president for the second time. It's not going on without him getting his hands dirty. So I just don't see it.
I don't know. But I don't know if it's narco trafficking. Um,
I don't think that's
but
I don't think
do
it was
know
a narco
this.
trafficking to us with the boat situation. I don't think it was.
Yeah, that's what it's all wrapped up into that. That's
Yeah,
what
but nah, that all that was a cover segue over into running into the country. That's all that shit was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Smoke and mirrors to my in my
To go get the oil, right?
right,
Okay.
right to go.
So I do not think that he was kidnapped. And this is why he was not kidnapped. This is why I know he was not kidnapped. All right. Being a military veteran and looking at what's going on, when you send the military to go get somebody, it's a mission. So it's not a kidnapping. All right. What it is you go and you get him and you send the military. So he is a prisoner of war. He's a POW. He should not even be in the Southern District of New York being tried. That's the reason why he has to go and sit down with the president, because the president is in charge of the military. What people don't realize is that they haven't seen it in a while. You know, Obama didn't do well. He did. You know, when he went and got what's the brother name from Gaddafi, when he went and got put the hit out on Gaddafi and went and executed that. Okay, their country was doing well. He was investing in his country. He was trying to
Change the dollar. Well,
change the dollar.
change the currency. The currency.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to rock with the dollar.
And that's pretty much what got Gaddafi knocked off. He was about to change the whole world with the currency that he
I don't
was.
think he was going to change the whole world, but he was going to change his
portion.
how they was operating his country.
And it would have disabled a bunch of things for a little while.
Well, other people would have been like, well, y'all ain't do nothing to him, so we going to do the same thing too. If y'all ain't doing nothing to him, then, you know, it's like follow the crowd. So
Right.
this is the reason why President Trump had to say, you know what, we're going to go get you up out of there. Plus, China just put a lot of things on their on the critical minerals list, and begin to restrict things that they're going to trade that are essential to technology and moving forward. Okay, I'll just put it all in one bubble. So all of the resources that they have, a lot of people talking about the oil, but a lot of people don't know that Venezuela has more gold than all of the other countries in South America. They also have more rare earths, and they have huge silver deposits. So all of these natural resources with the oil, because that is a commodity, a natural resource, all right, were a legitimate reason, and they're not me legitimizing it, but was the legitimate reason, along with China trying to establish relations in the area, you know, and the U.S. trying to position for the technology of the future, being able to produce, and, you know, for that, you know, that
Right.
global dominance type thing, like trying to
Right.
keep the empire rolling. So, you know, that's somewhat of an understanding, but it's a war. It's like it's war. So it's not a kidnap if it's a war. He's a POW.
Right, but to me, for you to be a POW, he's a prisoner of war. What war? Wasn't no war going on. There was no war going on.
It's a war for dominance.
Not a declared
It's a
war that went
commodities
through
war.
Congress and stuff like that. It wasn't it was no legal war going on. Now, if you want to say the war of going after infrastructure and resources, then yes, that war will never end. That war been here since the beginning. You know, you got to have, like you say, your rare earths. That's why we talking
it's
about.
still a
That's why he's
war,
talking about
right?
taking. But now he's talking about taking Greenland. Oh my God, it's
Okay.
crazy
Okay.
because they got so many rare earths. You know,
Okay.
so that's
But this is what I say, right? Would you rather live the place where it's being took, or would you rather live the place where that's doing the taking?
I'd rather not had to take it, and we could all work it out. We can work it out. Everybody can be, you know, be a little bit more straight and live a little bit more in harmony. You know, when you start going around the world
God
talking
made
about
the devil. God made the devil, and so God know everything the devil gonna do, and God ain't stopping the devil from doing it.
when
right?
you're going
So in a perfect world, it would be, you know, perfect. But in this world right now, in reality, would you rather be in a place where it's a third world, or would you rather be in a place where everybody want to come to?
that's okay. So the translation of something like that is like, you know, do you you know the let's put it like this: the bully is strong on that first day of school, you know, but do you really want to be the bully on the last day when everybody about to whip your ass? You see what I'm saying? So when we go around bullying people like that, and then they start
Is it
forming these.
bullying though?
Yes, absolutely. Bullying, strong arm, and come on. The man just said the man just said that White House says Venezuela decisions will be dictated by the United States. All their decisions from it. That's what they said. And this
Because
was
when you go and conquer and you take over something, then you start making the rules. That's how it go.
they haven't conquered. They still got the same government in place. I mean, it's still there. The only thing they did was took out Maduro. You
This
know,
is
yeah,
brunch with the fellas. You know
yeah,
the
yeah,
fellas, you know
they pulling
the
puppet
puppet
strings.
strings. Yeah.
They
Come
pulling
on.
puppet strings, but I believe I don't think it's going to end well in the long. It sounds good now. I don't even know if they're gonna complete the mission, honestly. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? But
it don't
it's
sound good now.
yeah, it
But
don't sound good.
it don't sound good now, but I think it's gonna end perfect in the long run.
And then another thing with that, I mean, you got to look at too. When all that went down, Venezuela and Maduro was in negotiation with China over some big oil deals and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
resource
we went,
deals.
we went ahead and took that from them in the middle of that. Just 5 hours ago, uh, the U.S. Forces just seized its fifth oil tanker. That was 5 hours ago,
Okay.
off of Venezuela. And I heard some. I haven't, I'm not even gonna say what I heard. I'm gonna just leave that alone so I can confirm it. But those are the type of things that's going on. And now with that being said, so now you take China, they turn around. We done gotten to block their whole little thing with threw a monkey wrench in their plans with the oil for Venezuela. But right now, China still wants Taiwan. So China is about to run into Taiwan and take Taiwan. And now that President Trump has taken Maduro, now what's going to go happen is Putin is going to be like, oh, that's what we're doing now, and he's going to go get Zelensky. You get what I'm saying? So that it's throwing the match into it.
They already run that shit over there. Russia already run that.
It's throwing everything into a tinderbox and setting a new precedent that's going to take us. It's going to take the world down a windy road, and it could be the start of somewhat of a World War III type situation. I don't think it's going to be the TV type. I don't think it's going to be the TV type of World War III, but I think it's going to be like pandemonium and chaos in certain places. It's just crazy.
I feel you on that. I think that it's I think that we already there. I think it is a Cold War.
Yeah.
And that's what we are witnessing now with with this war for resources. And these tariffs and the restriction of imports and exports, commodities war. It is definitely that when you see China saying that we are restricting and limiting the things that we will sell to you, and they are necessary for for growth and technology advancement. So to keep those things already is just like we ain't giving you stuff that you would need for to advance your society. So that already is a war. That already is enough to be like, okay, well, we don't want to bogart China. China got 1 billion people. All right.
Yeah.
We don't want a war with Russia, because if we wanted a war with Russia, we would have been went to war with Russia. But we
Right.
don't want a war with them. But Venezuela is easy to get and is right here in our backyard. So what we're seeing now is an Eastern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere type of
It's imperialism, man. It's imperialism. He wants to pretty much wants to have the U.S. conquer this whole continent. Like, this is us.
what
You
we
know what I'm
do
saying?
already. It's not a
y-
want to. We already do. You ain't know that?
Yeah, but we not just. I mean, this thing with other than back in the Roman days and kings and castles and shit. This nigga just went and took a whole president. You get what I'm saying? This is some new shit. We ain't never seen this before. We ain't never seen him go
But we
take.
seen Barack kill a whole president.
You talking about Gaddafi?
Yeah.
So
What's the difference?
Only difference I can
Gaddafi didn't
say
do
that
nothing.
is that
He didn't do nothing to
but-
the U.S.
but Gaddafi was literally killed in the street by his people. You
Nah,
get what I'm
come on,
saying?
fam. Come on.
We went. It's
Come on,
video.
fam.
It's video out there. You can
Come
see
on,
you
fam.
can literally see the video of
I
Gaddafi getting
know.
killed.
I heard a deep fake. I
They
heard a
didn't have
deep fake.
they didn't have the deep fake videos like that. That was pretty much his people killed
So
him.
you
You
know
know what
when
I'm
they
saying?
releasing the new stuff to the people, if they already done had it,
Oh,
or they just got
I'm
it.
not I'm not gonna try to figure it out. I know
Okay,
it was
then. So you
years
can't
ago when I
stand
watched
on
that
that.
video.
You can't
When I
stand
watched
on that.
I know what I seen. You know what I seen as far as the video go. But this right here was actually special forces going in public announcement removing a president from a country. And is a difference, you know. Now, if he would have sent, if he would have look, if he would have sent Blackwater in there or the
How we know them people that killed Gaddafi wasn't contractors?
it's possible. It's
Okay,
possible.
then. So we
Yeah.
just can't sit up here and say that. We talking about the president gave the order. So yeah, they didn't physically go themselves, but they gave the order. So what's the difference? That's what I'm trying to say. Like
Yeah. The difference
if you
is that
say, hold, let me ask the question. If you say, if you the president and you Barack and you say, if this person does this, it's going to mess up the way we live here in our country, our dollar system, and the way people function and everything. All right. So he got to go. And then I'm the president, and I say, the way Maduro acting, he gonna mess up if he start doing deals with China. It's going, and we need that stuff. Then it's gonna mess up the way we live here and what we got going on and how we run our country and the things that we need. Then what's the difference?
right. But normally when that happens, you know, they'll send the CIA in and start a proxy war in the country. They'll start a civil war in the country and make the country kind of collapse on itself and weaken itself, not
Not
just straight up
always though.
go
Not
in and take a
always.
president.
That's
But
it's not
when in
it's
our
not
life
scripted like that.
when in our lifetime have they went and literally just snatched up a president using special forces? They don't do that.
Yeah, we just don't always get it on the public though. You know, just like it ain't always privy to you and I. You know, it might be privy to the people, to the special forces team unit who went and did it, but that don't mean that you need to know about it or I need to know about it. You know? So
Yeah,
just
but
because
normally if a president is snatched up, it's gonna be known about. It's not even about a
it's not
privy class.
always
Like
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 that.
if we snatched up the president of France for 24 hours, you think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, they just gonna roll out a story to where we never snatched him
Yes,
up?
yes, yes. I do because that's sitting up here saying like the media ain't churched out like that we get what we spoke. You know, like yeah, if it's social media and people right there and they get to record, that's different. But if it's something that is like a special operation, like family, we not. They told us it was a Epstein list, and then they said no, it's not a list, it's files. And now all the files were supposed to come out, and when the files came out, a whole bunch of that stuff was redacted, and they not gonna release it, and they still haven't released all the files. Like that's something they showing you in your face that
Yeah,
if the government
they just
want to
found
do what they want to do with it,
5 million more files. You know what I'm saying? And they
yeah,
said the files is not. It's 5 million more files and it's documents within. It can be thousands of documents within a file. You
okay.
know what I'm
So see,
saying? Like
so to me that's bogus, right? But to me that's like okay, you'll never get all of it because we don't want all of it to come out. Okay, that's how I interpret that. But I also interpret that as they controlling that. So they could have told us these is all the files and that's it, and not said nothing else,
oh
right? They
no,
could have did that too.
that won't go ahead. I mean, they tried that. They already tried it. They tried that when they gave out the little binders on the steps of the White House and shit, and it was just
What?
shit that was
But
already
that
put out.
wasn't to the people. That was
Yeah,
to
it was to they took all them right wing bloggers and influencers and they was like, well, here's the files, and they told the public they're releasing the files to them, and then they come to find out it was the real thing. But speaking about the files, do you think that a lot of this move that's going on with Maduro is uh cover for the files, or do you really just think it's about the resources?
I know for a fact it's about the resources. It's not a thought. I know for a fact. I follow geopolitics and geopolitics, and this is old. Like this been going on for like the last, really
30.
before COVID, but after about 2022, 23, this it really kicked in the gear with the rare earths and all of these different things. I mean, like I've even seen, typically in the US, um, like China has state-owned companies. We haven't really seen the United States government buy into companies, that produce certain things for, for America, for use, for even for technology. Now we've heard about government bailouts and things like that, but it's a company called MP Materials, and
Right.
they're a rare earth company. Government bought stock in them, bought a big percentage because of what happened with China and their restriction of the refining of these rare earth minerals, you know. So like all of this stuff has been happening. A lot of people just catching up. They late, you know. They not too late because they seeing these things unfolded, and now people are becoming a little bit more aware of this stuff. But a lot of people don't know the backstory because they don't research geopolitics, like they'll go and uh be watching the 50 Cent beef with, you know, uh Jim Jones and them, or they'll be stuck on, the Drake Rico or something like that. It's
Right.
just not something that they doing a lot of due diligence, because the reason why I do is because I look to capitalize. So I look at those companies and I buy them companies. I look at that stuff. I look at how that stuff is moving, and I put some money over there because I know that that's where the money's moving to, you know, and I want to capitalize. So I don't, I think that it's unfortunate that it's Maduro. Prayers to his family, his wife, and all them. But I'm not on the side. I'm on the green side because I ain't in control of none of that, you know. So whatever way that I could win, that's gonna be a benefit to me, to help my family, help people that I care about. Then I need to be focused on that, But it's always good to sit back and talk about it, and and share. Like, but I don't think he was kidnapped. I think it was part of war, and in conflict, in war, you have losing sides and winning sides. You have prisoners, captives, and and you have collateral damage.
Right.
So
I get
you,
it. I
so
get that.
he's just getting got because he's the person to get, because he had control over he was the most powerful person there, and they felt like they had, once they got him out the way, then they would be able to access what they needed. And
And I
that's
do get it. I get it, and I get it. I get the whole conquer thing, and that's the thing. And I get the resources thing. Countries need resources, and if you move yourself for resources, you can position yourself right to still be dominant in the world. But we also got a constitution, and a lot of these moves that are being made are not being made in the way that they're supposed to be made by following the constitution, and it's just not happening. Now it is happening as far as taking everything and doing it, and even once it's all said and done, once Trump is gone and next person come in, whether it's right, whether it's left, if they roll it back, I guarantee you no one is giving it back. So,
yeah,
Trump get out of office,
yeah.
Democrats take
Once we
over.
got it, we
There,
got
yeah,
it.
but it's not a give back type of situation. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
and they'll run with that for a while, and the United States probably will get a lot of money off of having these resources and whatnot. And no, the other side will never get the other side credit for it. And no matter how it go, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody even stopped in and stopped it right now from the opposite side, it'll be like they'll never get credit for that. It's just it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
um,
part of the whatchamacallit. That's part of the show for everybody who believes in a side. I always say what we have forgotten because we weren't taught it. You know, we weren't taught Democrat, Republican. We were taught legislative, executive, and judicial branch, and that's the United States government. But divisiveness is what they lead with to control people's emotions towards things. And just like you just said, which was so absolutely true, no matter who is the president, okay, they're not going to relinquish what the last president took control over. And one thing that we have to remember is that there's a Congress which is made up of the House and the Senate, and they are all Democrats and Republicans. And no matter what they come out and show everybody, like you were just saying, like nobody's going to, like they will point fingers and do all this. I promise you, they're looking at it the same way I'm looking at it, because they right there and they knew what was going to happen before. You know, they all got the memo. They all got the brief. So
nobody got a memo or a brief that was happening.
I mean, that's what they telling you. Do you know a congressman specifically that told you that?
No, I didn't
Okay.
talk to
The
no
news told you
congressman.
that, right? The
I didn't
news
talk to
told
no
us that.
congressman.
The news
Oh, I
told
mean,
us
no.
that,
So
right?
the Congress people have TikToks and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, So no, I don't know one that I spoke
they
to,
on
but
the
you can go
same
on TikTok
team.
and see these motherfuckers every day, talking
But
to
they
you.
on the same team though.
Nah, they are when it comes to running the country, through the
So, and that's
Constitution,
where it stops.
but
And
no,
that's
no,
where it
no, no,
stops.
no, President Trump is very unorthodox, and he doesn't do things the traditional way. So when they say that they didn't get no damn briefing, yeah, I believe it. I mean, hell, they pretty much said it themselves that they didn't give a briefing. They went in, the only thing that they saying that they were sorry that they didn't do it 2 days. They were supposed to do it 2 days before they did it, but it kept on raining and they needed clear skies. That's what they said. So,
Yeah, you need. You need.
there was, didn't nobody really, get a real hits. I mean, you had some that probably did, but quiet as kept around there. They say loose lips sink ships, and that was a real thing that came up out of that same building.
Well, I still stand on the fact that everybody knows what happens. Everybody knew what happened. If they didn't know, and let's just say this, if they didn't know before it happened, when it happened, now, and matter of fact, I would say this. They already knew what was going on when the buildup was happening, talking about drugs.
Now,
That's where when they was going down there talking about the Venezuelan drug smugglers and already, that's when I believe they already knew, because they already know what's happening geopolitically, so they already been moving their money, and that's my point. Like,
okay,
like I could care less if they really knew and they got brief. Like, I could give a fuck about what Donald Trump is telling his people or whatever, because I think that's all bullshit.
I care more about it. I care more about it than that part right there, because I do care if they know, because if they know and they get brief, that means it's going through a congressional channel, to have a vote, to have a vote to go
They
through
don't have
and
to
do
though.
this.
So this what we need to do, right? Because like you're now I don't want to make this false accusation, but I don't think you know what the president's powers are. Okay? And I think that would be a great show for us to do, because everybody thinks that the president has to go through the Congress to do something with the military. They are absolutely incorrect.
But that's
And
when it
it's
comes to
not-
orders.
and
That
it's
come to
not against the
executive orders. That's
Constitution.
executive orders that he
No,
can do
this
that.
is not an
Going to
executive
war,
this is
you
not
can't
an
just go to war
executive
without
order thing. This is the president is in control of the United States military. That's why they are called the commander in chief. And when he gives an order, it must be followed. And it is not against the law. No constitutional law, no federal law, no state law, no nothing.
So is there a law to declare war? Does it have to go through Congress to declare war?
To declare a actual war.
Yeah, actual war. That's the other
actual
kind of war it
war.
is. Actual war is a war.
then they do have to have Congress must give approve for
Congressional
a
approval.
declaration of war, a declaration of war.
And then he can, and then they can do a declaration of war without the president, and then he has the right to either sign it or veto it. You see what I'm saying? And he's not going through the channel of making sure it's okay
But
with the
listen
American
to
people,
this,
because
though.
we have a
Okay.
we have a whole panel, a whole
You
not a
stuck
panel.
on war though. You stuck
Mm.
on war. All right. This ain't about war. This is about if the president says go do this, then you go do it and you complain about it later. See, that's how the military see people who never served in the military don't know this, cuz.
But that's what we're doing now. We complain about it later. It
Okay.
already happened.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like he can do that and there's no legal recourse. You know, like people will be saying like the Congress didn't do this or the Congress did this, so they should be do this. Like it's already law and they haven't changed it for nobody. So he's working within his powers. I'm not taking up for him. You know what I'm saying? I just understand what it is because I served in the military.
And what
You
about
know?
allied countries that got interest in those places? There was no talking to the UN. It just skipped over all
Guess what?
channels for some international shit.
Because when you the big dog, you don't gotta ask nobody for permission.
That's
And
not how
so
that's not how that works. That sound good, but that's not
that
it.
is how it
That
works
is
in
how
your
that
case.
is how it works. But that's
So you don't
that's
realize
very very
that you live
dangerous.
in the ruling empire.
That's very dangerous to do it like that. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
don't but you
Because
don't
you can be the
realize that
big
we live
dog.
in the ruling
Like I
empire.
said, we bullies. You can be the big dog and not have to bully people. Honestly, if you're the big dog, you
That's
should be a
not
little bit more
bullying, though.
humble. You should be a little bit more humble if you're
That's
the big
not
dog.
bullying.
Yeah, that's bullying, man.
If they ask Maduro,
Mhm.
we're gonna give you some money, we're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you that, we're gonna give you, and you ain't take it, right? Then what? Then they just supposed to be like, all right, then now, and we really need it.
Well, no, well, not even in the Maduro situation, because I think Maduro was a piece of shit. You see what I'm saying? I really do. You know, I think he needed to go to jail. I just don't think that it was done the proper way. So was he bad? Yes, I
How?
think he was bad, but it wasn't done. It wasn't done the
How
proper
should
way.
it have been done?
It should have, for one. It was never about arresting Maduro because he was a piece of shit. Like we started. It
But you
it
just
was all
said you thought he was a
listen,
piece of
but
shit.
it was all about the minerals, all that good stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean the oil.
Natural
You see what I'm
resources.
saying?
All
Natural
that.
resources. It was all about that. Taking him. Trump did not rescue the people from Maduro. He's rescuing their oil from them. That's what he's
Okay.
doing. You see what I'm saying? So it was all done in the
But if they
wrong
get
way.
jobs, and get better wages and you know what I'm saying, and that stuff trickles down because now the US is going in there with some companies and starting to reap because this the thing.
We need that here. We need that here.
Hold up though.
It's
But
not
we
time.
not gonna
It's,
go down there and work on the oil rigs. We not
no,
going
but we
down there and work
we need
on,
we
you
need
know
to
what
be
I'm saying?
here. I mean, I think for real, with this first year in office, there should have been a whole lot more focusing on making life better for the American people and not trying to make life better for a whole nother country or giving Argentina $400 billion or $40 billion and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it should have been that the focus should have been on making it good for the American people. We watching all this and
You
we
gotta talk to
watching
your Congress people though about that.
absolutely,
Because
absolutely,
everybody
and
had
that's
a problem with Trump and Doge and Elon with Doge and everything and wanted him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But then you hear commentary like that, like making it better for people here. But it's like, okay, well, your Congress people is the people. Congress makes the budget. The executive branch don't make no budget.
right. But you know when it's balanced and you have honest Democrats and you have more honest Democrats and more honest Republicans, that's not just bending the knee to the executive branch, then you know they can legislate a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And then the judicial branch, the courts is stacked, so it's not nothing is getting done. Only it's one man, one agenda. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? And that's what's happening.
nah, that's not true.
It is.
That's
It
not
is.
true.
I
So
watched
let
it.
me ask you this though. Did you not see when President Trump was pleading with Congress to reopen the government? Or do you think that Trump shut the government down?
No, I can't say that I don't want to say that Trump shut the government down, but with the pleading to open the government, that was a lot of Mike Johnson stalling out and just stalling out and just he kept stalling. He sent them home on recess. He sent them home on
Okay.
recess
Okay.
for damn near 2.5, 3 months.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and,
So
and then
look,
and
so
then turned around and begged the Democrats to open the government up when the Democrats was there at the building. They were
okay.
coming
So
there and they sent their people home.
so that's not my question. All right. Like what you said described what was going on. Okay.
Yeah.
But that ain't my question though. My question is, and still, did you not see Trump begging Congress to open the government, and that him in his executive ability had no say so, no power, no executive order he could write, no nothing, no no military power. He couldn't send the National Guard to go and make the Democrats come back to work or make the Republicans come back to work. He couldn't do none of
it was
that.
smoke and mirrors. That shit was smoke and mirrors, bro.
No, that's the way government works.
No.
And what
Listen,
your man
listen.
said though, no, hold up though, because this right here was something that was revealed, but a lot of people missed it. Okay, and what your boy said was the boy who you just said, Mike, what's his name?
Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
He said the president wants us to repeal our voting process, but we're not going to do that, because if we do that, then who's to say when a Democratic president get in that now we don't have control over the Congress. Go look. Matter of fact, I'm gonna find
Mike Johnson is one of the most probably
that's the truth.
Cowardly, spineless people I've ever seen in
So you saying
Congress.
that he lying about the Senate voting process?
That they wanted
about
that
the
they
Senate
wanted
rules?
that they wanted to repeal they wanted to repeal what?
That
Because all they did that whole
Trump-
time was got up there and gaslit.
Trump wants them to repeal.
He didn't, because he didn't want to extend the ACA. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't want to extend the ACA, so he wanted the time to keep running, the clock to keep running off, so that they didn't have to fund the ACA or to fund WIC. I followed that whole thing, bro. Like
That's false, bro.
That's very true.
That's false. Like that's false. Because in that, and like I said, and my question still was, did you not see that Trump did not have no power to open or to reopen the government?
He didn't have no power to open the government.
Okay?
He had to have
and
he had to have
still
the vote.
doesn't. Okay, because Trump don't approve no budgets. He's not a lawmaker.
No,
And the
absolutely
laws-
not.
and
That's not his
do you
job.
know? Do you know that executive orders aren't laws?
Yeah, executive order. That's why I said
Okay,
earlier today
so
he
then-
can
so
do
then-
that through
so then why
executive
would you
orders.
follow one? So then why would you follow one?
Why would I follow an executive order?
Yeah.
I never really been in the lineup to where following the executive
Yes, you
order was
have.
directed to like
Yes, you
what?
have. You actually stood in the line and everything for an executive order. That was not a law.
That wasn't. I mean, an
that was
executive
an
order.
executive
An
order.
executive
Yeah, that
order
was
to
an
get it
executive order.
to
That was an
get it
executive
to
order.
get it made. But they never gave an executive order said everybody got to go get it. They never gave that order.
No, but they did make it in the beginning. That's how they put it out.
Now they
there.
did
But it
one
was
for the
never a law.
military. They did one for the military where they had an executive order.
Bro,
and
I could tell you like
government
this.
workers.
In the beginning, it was voluntary for the military.
Yeah, well, executive orders
And
don't
I
hold
can
up.
show you. I
Trump
can show
whole
you
admin-
because I
his
still
whole
have
year.
because I
His-
still have the voluntary sheet that said if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Listen,
And that was the reason why a lot of people didn't in the beginning. All right. But then they did make an executive order. And when they made that executive order, a lot of people ran out and did it, non-military.
but the
okay?
executive order was for
Be-
military and government workers.
Okay. But everybody else followed it as if it was for them, as if it was law. Okay. Now, I ain't saying you did. All right. But the majority of people do, because that's why everybody getting so uptight with these executive orders, and they not law.
They're
You know,
not
they
law, but
still
that's
have
all
to
he's
go through
done.
Congress to
That's
be
all he
voted
has
on
done.
first.
Listen, this whole first year, there has not been no real laws other than the big beautiful bill and some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But this whole term right here, All these orders that then came out, got to be hundreds of them. Has been nothing but executive orders that has not went down through law.
Okay. So you can't blame people for not knowing, for not choosing to understand how our law system works. But everybody's emotionally charged on, oh, it's Trump saying this, it's Trump saying that. I'm like, bro, he can't even open the government. He can't even tell the government to shut down. He can't tell the government to reopen. And they showed us that. And people still blame the dude, not even in his defense. It's just funny to me how ignorant people will remain when they get shown something in their face, or how blindly people can't even see it when it's revealed to you, like he not even in charge of this. But we still gonna hold him. We still gonna, because I understand how it works. Everybody thinks the president runs the government, you know, and that's not the way it was taught. But
You
that's
gotta
the way
understand the three
everybody
branches,
thinks
man.
now.
That's
You know?
that's fundamental stuff. I'm gonna share something when we get off, but yeah, and that's fundamental, man. You got to be able to understand the branches, how it works, who's in charge, what you can do, because people have power if they know how to use it. But I mean, I don't think nothing could have stopped Maduro from getting picked up, though.
Nothing was gonna stop Maduro from getting picked up.
No, hey, look, there's no citizen in the United States or any other country that could have did
The only
anything
person
to
could have
stop.
stopped him was him.
Who, Trump or
No.
Maduro?
Himself.
Oh, what you talking about? Taking the
Took
quick
the
way
bribe.
out?
He should have took the money.
Oh, okay. Did they offer him money?
Yes, I know they did. The first step is always go see if you could buy the person, and get them to just do your bidding for you.
I mean, you can't.
Always.
It's probably impossible to buy the person that's sitting on the biggest oil reserve in the world. To buy them out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have just,
Nope.
no.
Because
When he
you
came,
because you promised them a commission. So
when Maduro came in, he was smiling. He was in his handcuffs like this. Oh yeah, and then another thing. Here's another thing. Just to we can segue back to that. But here's another thing. The Nike outfit that Maduro was wearing when he got locked up, that great Nike outfit, Nike released a statement saying that they sold out and they're going to make more outfits. So you can't even get it right now, but it's sold out.
It's sold out of the Maduro outfit.
Yeah, it's a Nike Tech running suit. Nike Tech running suit. And
not interested.
yeah, that's what Maduro was wearing, but they said 24 hours after his arrest is sold out, and Nike they said they're gonna put it back into production,
Yeah, you
ramp
see
it
what I'm
up.
saying? And that's what I'm talking about. That is the foolishness I'm talking about right there. Like, looking at the man clothes, I want to wear what Maduro got on, but nobody wants. So people going to go spend money on something that ain't gonna have no value, instead of looking at the moves that was just made with people emotionally distracted, so they can take that same tracksuit money and invest it into some of them companies that's gonna be down there making that money, so then you can go buy 10 or 20 tracksuits. But that's just Chef or a Pearl, man, and me, how I look at it.
Yeah, you had a cigar Sunday moment just now. You went deep on it,
I mean, that's not deep. That's being about your money,
No, I was just giving you what Nike gave us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you see
but I'm just saying,
did you see the
like,
sweatsuit?
That's just being about your. Nah, hell no.
The sweatsuit was kind of fly though. It was kind of fly. I like it.
I'm not.
But I'm not.
I ain't on
I'm not
Joe
gonna go out.
Blows.
I'm not
I ain't
gonna.
on
I'm not
Joe
gonna go out.
Blows.
Listen, I'm not gonna go out and buy it. I'm a shoes. I might get name brand shoes. Might a name brand jacket. A name brand house.
Yeah,
What I'm
I
saying?
don't want nothing.
That's it.
I don't want nothing nobody got that's in handcuffs. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I don't want nothing nobody got that's in handcuffs at all.
Good.
And
And speaking of handcuffs, man, and Maduro, and right now, Diddy is trolling. He's trolling Maduro, and not Diddy, 50 is trolling Maduro and Diddy, and he released on his page a little cartoon that has Diddy Maduro sitting in between Diddy legs, Diddy braiding Maduro hair, and Diddy said they took my oil too.
You know, shout out to 50 Cent, man. He never stops.
You know
King-
that's
King Troll.
reference to the baby. I mean to the baby oil in the Diddy case. You know, so
Yeah,
that's all.
King Trollioli.
Yeah, he seems to come up in a lot of stuff we talk about, man, with his trolling and his antics and stuff. He finds a way to keep himself, you know, in conversations and relevant in the social media, podcast, and media world. So, shout out to 50.
Shout out to 50, man. So, yeah, y'all. We talked about Drake and the Rico, which we found out that it's not really a Rico. It is a civil lawsuit, even though the Rico sounds so much more provocative. Um, it may be a Rico against Steak, but that is still right now it's just looking like a class action. Okay. So we not wishing no Rico on nobody.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit. That's what it sounds like.
For sure. Then we had Sean, the science kid, the young prodigy. Shout out to him, man. Keep doing what you're doing, young fella. Black parents is something else that these babies can do, you know. So there's one example. You just gotta pour into it. Then we had our third story tonight, Meg the Stallion, aka Meg the franchise, and Popeyes doing her thing. We see you. Rappers being entrepreneurs and you know elevating their game beyond rap. So much success, much continued success. And then we had Nicolas Maduro, y'all, like captured by the U.S. Cold Season says that he was kidnapped
He
by
was
the
kidnapped.
U.S.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe he was kidnapped. I don't know. You know, I don't think he was, but maybe he was. You know, shit. Who knows, man? But
Time will tell. He gonna have that meeting. He gonna have that meeting in a couple of days, and you know he might get something out of it. You know, I mean his buddies, his what you call it what you call the people that you work with your what's the word?
you talking about coworkers?
No, not just no. It's co-workers, but it's another my damn I can't think of not my constituents, my damn
You said
colleagues, my colleagues.
Colleagues, okay.
Yeah,
colleagues.
so you know, one of his colleagues, you know, the president of I don't know, was it South America, one of them places that Trump pardoned. So you know, he might be able to get on the list where he can get up out of there for some information and get some protection, stay over here. You know, who knows? You know,
Nah, he's not going nowhere.
you don't think so?
No, he's not going nowhere.
You ain't gonna let him go.
Nah, he's a POW, so he got to see. He needs a war tribunal. You know, he needs a military tribunal. He's not supposed to be in civil court.
Okay, and I know we
Criminal
closed.
court.
I know we in closing, but do you think it's possible for him to win with some lawyers and say
No,
that
he's done.
his
Nah,
capture
he's
was
done.
unjust?
No. Who?
You don't think so?
Who's gonna? No.
He's gonna get represented. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
some lawyer, but
by
he's
a-
not
by
going.
a federal defense public attorney.
He's not. You think?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have more than the public. I think
Nah,
his
no, he
his
won't.
people gonna send some money up here, get a good lawyer, and you know,
It's drug money. We not touching it.
he's president, man. He's the president.
cooked.
He got more
He's
than drug.
cooked.
He got some legal money out there somewhere.
He's cooked.
I think so. Stick a fork in it. Let's go.
He's cooked. Okay. And now he do get to talk to the president because he is gonna cut him a deal. And I think this deal is gonna be like I think Commander in Chief it will say you won't spend your entire life in prison. You won't die in prison.
Man, he can barely walk. He right up there with Herman from last week, bro.
Okay. So if you wanna ever get out of here, then we need to know this. And they already got a list of the shit they want to know and how it's supposed to work and everything. Because what did they say? They said they had a CIA operative knowing what kind of clothes he wore, what
Oh
kind
yeah,
of coffee
everything.
he
All the way
drank,
down to his dog.
what kind of dogs he had. So come on, family, like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
cooked. But we still gonna send some prayers out to the Maduro family, you know, because anytime a family loses a loved one, it's still a loss. Um, you know, I don't know how serious his wife was, how much she was involved, or if this is part of the humiliation thing. Like, yeah, we gonna drag your wife through here too. Because you know, war tactics are war tactics. You can be cold with it. There really aren't any too many rules. When it comes to trying to get what you're trying to get.
Yeah,
And
and it looked like they was being really humane with them doing transport and everything. You know what I'm saying? It looked like they was handling them with care. So I think they was treating him like he was a president of another country when they.
yeah, but I'm not talking about that. Like, you don't have to put the why I need to lock your wife up,
Oh well,
right?
if you
Like,
got
if you the person I need to come get, then I don't need to lock your wife up.
they got something on her to be able to take her too. You know what I'm saying? So
And that was my point, saying I don't know if they have something on her, right?
yeah,
But it is humiliating to see as a man, your wife, if you was doing some shit, right? And you wasn't, and your wife ain't had nothing to do with it. Cause we maybe she had something to do. We don't know. That information hasn't been passed.
and they
All
perp
right.
walk your wife.
And they perp walking your wife. And she
Yeah.
gotta go through the whole flight. She gotta have her Nike tracksuit on and shit too, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you're gonna feel bad. Like, damn, I love this woman, she the mother of my children, like, and yeah, I was probably doing the shit that I was doing, but I don't want her to have to go through this. But damn, she gotta go through this too. Like, that's humiliating,
Yeah, so
and
they got a they got a warrant out for his son, and they left him there, and he been giving interviews on Venezuela TV and everything. It's probably time for him, but it's nowhere but he can lay low where they don't know where he's at. So I mean, but yeah, they want him to.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, some love and prayers out to the Maduro family. And man, but at the end of the day, you make your bed, you gotta sleep in it. So that's all we got for tonight, y'all. We want to thank everybody for pulling up. Make sure to smash that like button, share the content, and also subscribe to the channel, y'all. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers, y'all. We trying to get there. We on our road. That's what we on the road to, 1,000 subscribers. So don't forget, y'all, to go over to www.bksoulfarm.com and get you a copy of 1016 160 Self-Sustainability by Ali Dawood El. Link is in the description. And don't forget to check out DBCHEFTV gift shop. We got plenty of merch over there. Y'all can go check that out. Link is also in the description. Follow us on all social media platforms. And we'll see y'all next time right here on Brunch with the Fellas, Friday nights, 9 p.m. You know the saying, if you don't got a date, then Brunch with the Fellas is your spot, so don't be late. 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here. Have a peaceful, positive, and productive rest of your weekend. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV.
And I'm Cold Seasons.
And we'll see y'all next time. Peace, cuz.
Peace.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 Self-Sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
You are the key to your financial freedom. So unlock your inner wealth with financial fundamentals at Bows on the Table. Subscribe today and never miss a meal at Bows Podcast. Bows on the Table, now streaming on YouTube. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today And watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigar Panel, smoking on words like two big nerds, hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. If it's Friday night and you don't have a date, then brunch with the fellas is your spot, so don't be late. We go up at 9 p.m. with the trending topic news. Smash the like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. Don't be rude at Brunch Fellas, now streaming on YouTube. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.